Hello, everyone. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If? Um, if Deku. Sorry. Welcome to the What If Deku was or has the powers of What If. Or, no, not What If. The Mask. If you guys don't know what the mask is, this guy. Let me get the better image. This cartoony guy name that says smoking or some stuff like that. Well, the yeah, he has all the like Toon Force on his side thing and random powers. That was like he could turn into a tornado thing. Well, Zuko has like the masks as powers. And no, I am not gonna give him like putting on a mask part. This part. I am gonna. So yeah, he is like, he's like Himago Toga's. His craziness is like Himago Toga's, but on a large, grander scale. So yeah, what I mean by that is basically, reason why I'm bringing Toga into this What If is that I know she died. Spoilers, sorry if I spoiled anything. But Toga died in the canon version, so yeah. I honor her, like, because we all love her no matter what. So, yeah, I'm also adding Zumi into this What If. So, let's begin. And Zugu and Zumi been born. And then at age of 3, they meet not Ochako. I meant Toga. Toga and Bakugo. I know. Weird meetup thing. Like meeting two people that are like have two different quirks. Like Toga's explosion quirk. Or no. I meant blood quirk. So with like someone with explosives. Yeah. Quirk. So let's continue. So then at age of 4, and before we get into like a little bit of a context thing, Toga in this What If has changed a lot. So yeah, her parents still tell her to be normal, because she still like is crazy. But yeah, what I mean by the tone down is basically she isn't like going after blood types, basically like to transform. So yeah. So then Zuko so Toga was basically so at age of 3, or they did a lot at age of 3. They watched movies and hanged out more. But at age of 4, I am not going to go over the Quark Doctor thing because that takes too long. So this video is already long enough. So yeah. So the basically Quark Doctor tells Zumi that she becomes a pro hero, and Zuko cannot become a pro hero. And yeah. So yeah, Zuko is. So he gets kicked out of the house, or his own family. Like straight up abandons him. So he lives on the streets. As let's say the car came. And yeah. Yeah. So Zuko through the rest of the day, or from age of 4 to like 15, he starts noticing he's like spinning around in circles real quick. Like the homeless people, like hobos, see his lower half is like tornado. I'm trying to find, oh, here it is. And it slowly like goes from a waist up all the way to his top of his head, like top of his hair, as he's spinning around. Yeah, as he stops himself, but he doesn't feel sick, as he's like, whoa. As he spins around like a little tornado, and just like he walks in to a villain's. Let's say there was a villain's conference, basically, at an abandoned warehouse, far away from the city. As Zuko is like from his waist up, or no, from his toes all the way up, he runs, or he spins around fast. He went right into the into the villain's base, and you know what he did? As everyone points their quirks at him, as he looks at them, and he says, "Do you feel lucky, punks?" As he pulls out his guns, as every single villains are like, "Oh crap!" No, not really. They surrendered. They handed themselves over to the police. As he's like, so he goes to the Quirkless school. So, yeah, now at 15, Zuko is more insane than Toga, at her maximal. Yeah, well, but yeah. So then let's switch over to Zumi. Zumi goes to UA. She's in class 1A. She got one for all. She saved her friend from the sludge villain, and she hasn't met her brother in so long that she forgot all about him. So, yeah. And Toga went to UA with Zumi and Bakugo. But she kind of feels bad about leaving Zuko. Because she knows that he's quirkless, but she doesn't care if he's quirkless or has a quirk. So, yeah, they do their thing like the pro here, or like in canon, but Toga's in all, like in Class 1A all the time. And so, but when she does meet Zuko, again, like one day he's at a park, just relaxing, as he sees two hands, and guess who it was? Himiko Toga's. As she says, my beloved Zuko, it's been so long. Toga, as Zuko says, what are you doing here? Well, we had a little USJ, so the attack, so he decided and then to like spend 2 weeks okay? Yeah. But he hides his craziness inside of his own body. He doesn't allow anyone to see how insane he is. He's more calm than a normal humans. Like, he doesn't show his Toon Force self. That's what I call it. But he sure, there's two people that really love him. There's Toga and Ochako. Ochako hasn't really met Zuko too much. She's seen him around like the school grounds. And heard that he's quirkless, but she doesn't care. So then So then in secret, she does that. So, yeah, she hasn't told Toga about, like, all that stuff. So then when Zuko was, so the time skip to, because it happens like normal canon, Zuko's still, but there's one thing that I will change, is that is that Mina, or Maya, I think Maya or Mina? Mina's probably that pink-haired girl with, like, pink skin. Maya is her. So, yeah. So, Maya, I always get those two confused. Who's? So they basically, like, his, so she starts noticing, or her entire support course class thing does notice that the machines, like their tools, and their inventions grew legs and doing like this little cartoon like thing. They had eyes and they were like, and arms and legs, and they put on like little top hats, and they're like, they're doing like what, I forget his name, hold on, Looney, yeah, it's basically, they're, all the tools and like their equipment is doing like stuff like this. Like dancing, singing along. Yeah. So, as them, they're like surprised about it. Like, what's going on? And I'm a roof, as the support course looks up. I'm a roof, as they see a mouth and eyes and a nose. I'm a roof, as they're like, okay, things are being weird. As the guy, I forget his name. I know it's not probably Gearhead or one of the pro heroes, called Nezu and says, hey, Nezu? Or actually, he walks up because the phone lines were like was a cartoon classic, like it shoots water through. Oh. And they're like, okay, so what's going on? As Nezu, or as, yeah. I'm seeing like, here, I'm saving that so that, no. I forget his name. This guy right here. He walks up to Nezu, and tells him, or he's Power Loader, of course. Power Loader ends up telling Nezu that there's something's going on. We have our tool things jumping around like they're alive. Yeah. And I couldn't call because when I tried to call, the water squirted at me through the phone. As the other teachers were like, yeah, we're getting the same thing. What's going on, Nezu? Is there some prank going on? So, yeah. Well, we need to figure this out quick. Zuko. So now we transfer back to Zuko. Zuko is basically walking around all silly. There was crime. And you know what he does? You know what he uses? He stops crime when he pulls the airbag thing, like what the mask did. He stops the armored truck from got hijacked by villains. Boom. And so the half of the city was their houses, electronics, and everything was acting loop-de-looped. As he's doing a dance with a fire hydrant that came to life. As he's so yeah. As everyone is scared of what's going on. Because half of the world, it's not even a city. It's half of the world was was turning into tunes. Basically cartoons. Yeah. Yeah. So basically, yeah. As the Kazuku in this alternate timeline, the one that I'm making for you guys, because you guys chose this what if over what if the Infinity Lord. But I'll get into that probably in next part, part 2, if necessary. But yeah. So yeah, still have time. Okay. So Zuko, was he's doing dancing around, spinning around like a tornado. He has a most broken ability or should I say broken abilities, not ability, abilities. In the whole what if universe. That's a multiverse thing. So yeah. And he was not just born with the mask part, the powers of the mask. He was born with the powers of infinity and zero. So that makes him way overpowered. As he could, and yeah. So after things settled down, Ezuku calms down. is he's so like he's so relaxed now compared to who. And so then the many people are like, okay, so what just happened? 1 minute we're all just fine, and next minute we're dancing like crazy people. And the like uns, as tools went back to normal, they flopped on the ground. As everybody's like, okay, something's going weird. And I don't know what it is. As everyone says. Sorry. I don't know what it is going on, but but man. So then, now we time skip to All Might versus All for One. And All Might's down. Hung. As he, or so All Might, or so All for One's about to use his powers as, yeah. So there was so at the Quirkless school, Zuko was hanging around there because he has nowhere. He doesn't have home to go to. So then Zuko literally, or everyone, or so it was before. And what does Zuko do? He picks up a stick of dynamite and eats every single one of them inside of his stomach. And they're wireless, so All for One could just easily pull the trigger and he would ended up killing everyone, all those quirkless people. But he didn't know that Zuko, who ate all of the TNT in, yeah. And so Zuko was like, go ahead. So then, of course, All for One like shoots a beam of light as Zuko just straight up spins around like a tornado, as he did like pop out of nowhere, like, hello friends, nice to meet ya. I'm a little bit crazy now, but that's okay. It's normal for me. So now let's just see how should we do this, as he's talking French. As he's like, oh, let me see. As he turns into a crime boss guy, like wearing a tuxedo with a hat. And like, he says, all right, bub. You think you're her crime boss, symbol of evil, all that stuff? Try me on for size. How does it make you feel? As they see, like, guns, like what he has. Here, let me get a better image. This one. Pointing right at All for One. All right, bub. As he says, in like his voice, his tone voice changed to Logan and his voice. I don't know how to do it, so that's why I'm like, all right, bub. Now, home. As All for One says, if you make any sudden moves, your entire school goes boom boom. The quirkless school, home. Ah, my favorite school. As All for One pulls the trigger, nothing happens. Except for Zuku's stomach go from normal to like sorry. Mask, cartoon mask, not Toon Force. Or no. So then I'm trying to find this stupid image of him, like, literally yeah. Trying to find. So, where he ate the bomb and boom. Yeah, he exploded in his stomach. As he's like, spicy meatball, huh? What happened to him? Wait, did you eat all my TNT, like bombs, all the way around the quirkless school? Yep, it was me. And Zuko, who still had his guns out, and he's ready to pull the triggers. As he says, and All for One uses his tendrils, takes them away. Oh, really? As Zuko, who says, all right, it is time for me to go all Looney Tunes on you. As he's spinning around like crazy, as he turns into like as the tools and like everything around him got turned into cartoons. Olay! As he like turns into like he like a basically a cowboy. All right, partner. I'm gonna drive you out of this city if that's the last thing I do. As all the tools and everything around him got turned into cartoons, including his guns that both of his guns came back to him. But this time, they, Ernie, got, like, big guns. Like, you guys don't know what I mean when I say big guns. I mean huge. Basically, like what he used in that one movie where I think it was Son of a Mask. Son of the Mask. Yeah. I'm trying to find... Yeah, it had big ships and I forget his name. It was in that one movie. I always call it that. Yeah, so... Yeah, so yeah. He pulls out the entire arsenal of, like, big explosives, like nuclear bombs, ships, all in one package. As he says, "Say hello to my little friends." As All for One's tries to use his quirk, but it backfired on him. What? Ha ha ha. My toon powers can't be beat by someone more hostile. So say goodbye. As all the pro heroes, the citizens, they ran out of the town, including the all my, like, basically all the villains, except for All for One. That's looking... He's not in his, like, what we know him as, the man with a black mask thing. No. I am not talking about... Here. If you guys want me to do... Here. Ready? All for One. I'm not talking about, like, him... in his, like, mask form. No. I am talking about him in his actual form. Hold on. See how long this video took. Okay. Perfect. So, yeah. Please wait for part 2 to be filmed.